continuing the live stream just to see if we can say something to get ourselves arrested. But I was live streaming and I was recording other people, and then I pressed the button to flip it around, and it turned out to be the biggest supernatural convention in history.
Oh yeah!
So congratulations on being part of a throng of people.
Throng?
Are you dying?
Am I dying?
You're dying. Enjoying.
Oh, am I enjoying it? I was not making fun of your accent. Although it did sound like you said, are you dying? When you're on stage in front of a huge audience is not what you want to hear. Are you okay? I worked on this. It was actually kind of like my first starring role in a movie, and it was a fucking train wreck. Yes. My speaking of which, a lot of people have been asking me how my daughter is and things like that. Hi guys! Super classy. I did not do that. That was somebody who knows my body double up there. I would never do something like that. Something that crass. Yeah, my kids are, they're disgusting. They have lice.
Aww.
Those of you who I hugged closely in the photo op earlier, you should know that as of yesterday, my children were fully full of lice still. Just wanted to let you guys know that. So
You're paying my doctor bill.
I did do a fair amount of snuggling, head rubbing with people. Sorry about that, but I just wanted to share my pain. I learned something amazing about lice, which is that men who have gone through puberty, which I fall into the category of, not to brag, don't get lice. Isn't that amazing?
What?
Lice hate men's hair. It's crazy. I know.
Air high five.
Yeah. We're the only two people in this room who can't get lice. So,
You should stop moving.
yeah, I posted about this on Facebook. It was like, just felt like kind of like one of those train wreck days where everything was going wrong, you know. My daughter had lice, I got really sick, and, you know, and my son filled the gas tank with water, and he was, you know, he wasn't totally forthright about it right away. It was like, when the car died, and it died rather dramatically, we were exploring the car, and I was like putting on my old, like I used to know how to work on a car. So I was like, you know, popping the hood and checking these out. I was like, all right, just gonna figure out. I don't know what would cause this except for obviously like something exploding inside the engine because it was shaking violently and spitting out plumes of smoke. And he said, what do you think, maybe it would have something to do with like what's behind this door? So he pointed to the little flap where the gas is. And I was like, Wes, why would you say that? And he said, I don't know. I washed it a little bit with water. I only put in 1 inch of water. He's not great with units of measurement. Like if I had put in 3 inches, that would have been bad. I only put in 1 inch with the garden hose. And so, anyway, that car, that was a while ago. Still in the shop. I may never see it again. But I was getting into, we had 2 cars, and I was getting into the other car because that car was dead. I was getting into the other car, and I was about to turn the ignition, and the thing you don't want to do is run the engine if there's water in the gas tank. And I was like, wait a minute, Wes, did you put water in this gas tank too? And he said, no, Dad. I I couldn't figure out how to unlock that door. Anyway, yeah. I gotta check. Thank you. Are you saying that because of my suffering with my kids? Oh my gosh. It's so strange to have this conversation with someone I can't even see your face. I'm blinded by this big white light. I just hear, I still don't see you. Though I can vaguely tell that someone stood up and is waving frantically. It's as if someone is drowning in the middle of the river. I was telling my daughter that she should eat her salad because, that's why my son is so fast, is because he eats a lot of salad, and that's why she's still having a hard time beating him at races. Also, that she's half the size and wears giant boots. I didn't tell her that. And then my wife texted me yesterday that she had said, "Mom, I think West, because he eats so much salad, I think he's going to beat Trump."
That's for president.
Okay, whatever. Hi.
Hi. Speaking of your family, my question actually has to do with cleaning up after an episode of Cooking Fast and Fresh.
Yeah.
How long does it normally take you?
How what?
How long does it normally take to clean up?
Well, so we do this little cooking show sometimes, me and my son and daughter now, where they take control of the cooking process and the ingredients, and they pick what we're making and they destroy the kitchen. You're asking how long it takes to clean up. And the truth is, it's never really ever clean. It's never cleaned up. I'm still finding stuff. We did this baking fast and fresh or something. We did a baking experiment, which I had smarts to move from the kitchen to the driveway. So we did the prep work in the driveway, which, by the way, it's like whatever we made is turned into some kind of mortar that is in between the bricks, and no matter how much it rains, it stays there. But my horrible hockey puck consistency muffins, really rough and full of bits of gravel and like probably chicken shit. There's chickens walking around the yard, stepping in what they're making. By the way, some lucky winners have mailed out.
You should know.
This is the stuff that I'm amazed hasn't ended in a lawsuit yet. So who mailed out these muffins to poor people who ostensibly have won something. And I did label them in fairness. I labeled them do not eat. But they're really awful. Anyway, we did that. I don't know when we did that. It was like March or something. And I just saw my daughter 2 or 3 days ago eating one of these hockey pucks. Where the fuck was that all along? It must have been in your sock drawer or something. She was like, gnawing on it, and I thought she was going to pick her teeth. Let's tell another story, but I won't.
Do it!
I'm not going to, but it had to do with, no.
No, do it!
Hi.
My question is, why did you become Lucifer?
Why did I become Lucifer? Well, first of all, oh God, this is going to be sort of potentially kind of devastating for you. So I'm an actor. If you want at the end of this to get a refund or something, I'm sure that we can talk to you. I am not Castiel. I just portrayed him on a TV show. That TV show, plug your ears if you don't want a major spoiler, is a work of fiction. But but I'm going to just go out on a limb and assume that you're asking about my character. Kind of? Or are you saying that I am Satan? She's just stone-facedly staring me down. She's not going to step in my trap. Castiel became Lucifer because he had some conflicted emotions, I think, at that point. One, he wanted to help save the world, and he thought that Lucifer would give us a leg up in that fight. And the other thing is that I think at that point in Cassie's career, he felt like a total loser. He felt bad about himself. He felt like he had been a failure, that he had done things that had led to major catastrophes. I think that there was a little part of him that was kind of throwing himself on the grenade and kind of sacrificing himself for what he perceived to be the greater good. But I think that there was two things going on there. One was genuinely just trying to fix the problem, and the other was like a little bit of self-destructive, self-loathing sacrifice. What do you think?
I don't know, that's why I asked you.
Fair enough. It's not my stupid show. How's that? So we're live streaming right now. How's it going?
Go.
Hi guys. Did Mackenzie make a comment from the front row? No. All right. I'm gonna hang up on the live streamers. Hi guys. I'm gonna run out of battery, so I'll see you later. Bye. Say goodbye, but say the feeling. Thank you. Did you all sign the waiver?
Shit.
Sure. Yeah, I got you. You're like, waiver? No, I didn't get that. That's not fair. Hi. How are you?
Amazing.
Not a waiver, a waiver. Some were handing out waivers earlier. We're going to start doing communion at supernatural conventions. Just to be clear, we don't think of ourselves as a cult. It's a religion. So that we can get tax-exempt status. We're buying up a fleet of naval vessels that we will be spending some time on. I'm sorry to leave you hanging like that. That was rude.
That's okay, I would stand here all day.
Aw.
Wait, you're what?
I said I would stand here all day, it's fine.
You would stand there all day? Oh, great. Did you say jerk? No wafer for you, young lady.
We were wondering what's your favorite cast to play? Cassifer, Leviathan.
Crazy Cass. Crazy Cass.
I could stand here all day. When you say we, is that like the royal we? Oh.
My daughter.
Oh, okay. Who stands at a respectful distance?
They made her.
What's that?
They wouldn't let her come up here.
Oh, really? Why? Because they're afraid that you guys would talk over each other or something? What are our rules now?
One at a time.
One at a time? What if you're related? You get an exemption.
Right there.
I'm glad that they kept you back there. No, don't let her come close to the microphone. I don't trust her because she's wearing a crown. It says free will on it. Team Free Will. Yeah, that's not part of our cult. No wafer for her either. Why don't you come up to the microphone?
You're breaking the creation rules, right? So, do you have a favorite? Do you have favorite versions of all the characters on the show, or any of the characters?
I do. I don't know if you guys.
Okay, I can see why they wanted to separate you two. You're fighting already. What are your favorites?
Well, for Cass, I like Casper.
Casper?
I
Okay.
know you've been playing him for a while, so I'm like,
Okay. All right. Do you watch the show?
yes.
What characters do you like?
Like, who's my favorite?
Who's your favorite character on the show?
You?
Yes! You get 2 wafers. I really need to get some wafers. This could be a real currency here. I really did enjoy playing Cassifer last season. That was awesome. It was just a lot of fun to get to do something totally different. And I love that the writers really gave me put a lot of meat on the bones of that character and gave me a lot to play with, so I had a lot of fun with that. Yeah, it was good. I kind of got, it was fun to just play something so wildly different from Cass. I had started to wonder whether I could do anything other than Cass. I was afraid that I had broken myself as an actor, and that I would only be able to stand as a slouched, stiff-armed, monotone, gravelly-voiced, socially awkward Asian. So yeah, thanks for asking.
Thank you.
What? Stop Cass harassment? Stop making his life a living hell. I love that there's like protests. For God's sake, stand up for my fictitious character. He's been through enough shitty fictitious situations. Cass's life sucks. You get away for a young woman. Thank you for that protest. Cass has been through the ringer. Poor guy. But it was nice having him walk away for a little while so I could play Lucifer. So from an actor standpoint, it was fun having him subdued for a little while. Although I'm excited to have him back for this season. We're starting shooting on Tuesday. For season 1 dozen. Which is totally amazing to think that it's come to that. They must just not have any new shows. We keep trying to make a new show, we can't find anything at all. Let's just do Supernatural again, I guess. I don't think those guys are up to anything else. So, it's pretty bizarre. Let's do a little poll. Do we have house lights in here? Wow, it's amazing how by a show of hands that I can't see. How many of you have been watching Supernatural for 11 years? Like really? Now I don't. Hold on. Put your hands up, because I think that there's some of you who are lying. How many of you have been watching? Not just have watched all 11 seasons, but have actually watched from when they started airing 11 years ago? Oh, come on. You were 5 years old. Really? She's lying about her age. So you're saying you're 22? 21. All right. Because we do meet a lot of people who are like 15 or 16, and there's no way they were watching it when they were 4. Or if they had been, they would now be full-blown serial killers. So
So that's actually quite a lot of people that have been watching the show for 11 years. Who has binged and caught up in the show in the last 3 years? Wow. So the more vocal majority are people who are the bingers. That's interesting. Good to know. Yeah, it's a really long time for a TV show being on the air. So you were 11 years old when you started watching. In my opinion, a little young. But that means, quite literally, you grew up with Supernatural. Like you've watched us go from being relatively fit and youthful to what we are now. That's amazing. Wow. Have you watched other shows for that long? You have? Do you just watch TV, only TV? That's all you do? What other shows? What has been on for that long? Like Grey's Anatomy and NCIS? Do you watch those shows?
Oh my God.
See your mom? Man, what a crack team. Thank you. Jensen was on Days of Our Lives. Do you watch Days of Our Lives? Is it still on? Yes. My goodness. They're canceling it? Wow. Well, there's a few shows out there that have that kind of staying power. And you're making me feel insignificant by being like, yeah, I watch all kinds of shows that go for 12 seasons. And I think it's such a big deal. But it feels like a big deal to me, okay? By show of hands, since we have house lights, how many of you have 2 hands? How many of you have been to a Supernatural convention before? No way! How many have not been to a Supernatural? Oh my God! I don't think I've ever been in a room with so many virgins. That's amazing. Wow. Well, to the vast majority of you, I mean, I think that's like 75 or 80% of you have not done this before. So you have no idea what you're getting into. Oh, this is going to be a total fiasco for you. How's it going so far for those of you? All right. That's great to hear. Also, we can, I wish I had asked that because I do recycling all the cool jokes. What is your question, young woman?
My question is your character cast.
Yes.
So, especially this season, he's been very beaten down and feeling very vulnerable. But I was hoping with his little pep talk from Dean, calling him a brother, are we going to get to see Cass kind of feeling better and maybe they'll actually take care of him better and be nicer to him next season?
And being what?
Being nicer to Cass?
Yes, this is what they're actually colloquially terming this season the chicken soup season. So, the cast is basically like all the characters are going to spend a lot of time, you know, Netflix and chilling with each other, like wrapped up in blankets, doing microwave popcorn, checking each other for lice. You know, it's going to be a very sweet, very intimate, very cuddly season, and I think it's going to just blow your mind. You guys are going to you know, you never hear that on the PR circuit, like actors talking about their show. It's always, you have to kind of toe the party line. It's always going to be like, yeah, this season they're going to blow it out of the water. It's going to be amazing. We have action sequences that you wouldn't believe. You know, skyscrapers crashing into barges, and I don't know, it's not a great example. And you never hear them being like, you know what, this season, it's like pretty much nothing is going to happen. It's going to be a lot of reading. Characters are going to be reading a lot on camera.
You have to act on camera too?
No, we're not actors. Oh, we've not revealed that before, but yeah, no, we are not professional actors on Supernatural.
It was actually originally supposed to be a reality series.
Oh my God, Misha.
And they shot the first episode, and they thought we were so awkward on camera, improvising lines, that they gave us scripts, and that's how it evolved to be what it is today. So it's a sort of a reality show gone wrong. But thanks for asking. As a matter of fact, I think Cass is going to be feeling a little bit better about herself in some respects, although there's certainly an undercurrent of self-loathing that is a through line. But he is going to be getting, I think, back to more of sort of that action hero cast from season 4, where he's like, which I'm kind of excited about. Like, we've got some scenes where, I'm not going to tell you this, I'm not supposed to, so, yes. And thank you. Hi.
So I first want to say that I'm sorry that my sister and I made you wear the bride Mickey ears. That was supposed to be for Mark.
Mark Shepard was supposed to wear the bride Mickey ear hat. So, in a photo op, I don't know how many of you have done photo ops yet, or not? Because we are professional actors who have integrity and mountains of self-respect. The way we, in Supernatural Cast, do our photo ops is very serious. We generally don't make physical contact of any kind with the fans who come take pictures with us. And we certainly do not wear Mickey Mouse bridal hats during that. I believe I've been even pied in the face during photo ops. Voluntarily. There's pretty much nothing, like, every once in a while, Jets and I will look at each other, like, we'll do a little check-in, like, during a duo photo op, like, really, we're gonna go there? And we're like, fuck it. Yeah. People come up with drawings, of what they want us to do. Would you not terribly mind riding Jared like a horse? And I'm standing in the background pretending to pee on you, or whatever. And we're like, okay. Because we're all professional actors with heaps of integrity and self-respect. And, but Mark Shepard, he will not put a prop on his head, no matter what. I assume it's because he must have head lice. He must be one of those outliers, the men who can carry lice, because he doesn't want to infect anyone's hat. But if anyone has, like, devil horns, or something like that they want Mark to wear, you can forget it. He's not going to wear your horns. I'm breaking the news to you now, since you've not been here before. But he was going to wear the bridal hat, and I was going to. It didn't pan out that way, did it? Yeah, that was me.
It's very fitting.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so my question is...
Oh, that wasn't your question. I thought you stood in line just to apologize for the hat.
Sorry. Sorry that you...
That's right.
So my question is actually thought of by my sister, the red hair.
Hi. Staying at an even more respectful distance.
She wants to know, if you could be any dessert, what would you be?
Ooh, that's a good one. It's already delicious.
We all know what Cass would be, but we want to know what Misha would be.
What would Cass be? Hi. Oh, yeah.
This is a very serious question.
Hi.
Man, this is tough. People are suggesting pie, but I'm not going to fall for that trap.
We know what Cass is. We just want to know what Misha is.
Yeah. What? No.
Cupcake.
What?
Wafer.
Wafer is a good answer. Thank you. Thank you for answering my question for me.
Thank you.
I would be a wafer.
Thank you.
With a cherry on top. So that when you bit into me, it would pop your cherry. Damn.
100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%.
knew I was. I actually, the minute you started asking that question, I was like, I'm going to cross the line. I'm going to cross the line. Don't answer this question. Okay, go. Save me from myself.
I'll do my best. So, I was wondering if, given the circumstances that you directed under last time, if given the opportunity, would you go there again?
Would I direct again on Supernatural? That was a truly traumatic experience.
Yes, I think I would. I haven't been angling for another episode lately because I feel so busy and it takes so much work to direct an episode. It's really like 10 days before, then the shoot, and another like 4 or 5 days afterwards. So it's a big commitment, and to do that during the shooting season is challenging with all of the convention travel and whatnot. It's a little bit tricky for me because it would be like a voluntary additional thing to do, and my wife already hates me. And my children don't remember what I look like. So, but these people love me. So I don't need But yeah. I mean, ideally, of course, it would be an animated episode, but the physical presence of, for example, Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles wouldn't be needed for the episode. Or we could do maybe an episode as simply an audio podcast. That would be amazing. Which could be recorded from remote studios. I would love that.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for asking.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, Misha. I'm Megan. My question was, how can you be such a social butterfly and not be afraid, other than the fact that you're a celebrity and a lot of people talk to you and whatnot, but how do you have no fear?
I'm terrified right now. What do you mean? Like you said, do you get nervous talking in front of people?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have very bad social anxiety, and I just want to know how you say yes to all these experiences that you do, and not be afraid, tips basically.
I'm tempted to pull you up on stage and make you sit up here for the next half an hour, but I won't do that because I'm not that cool. But just so you know that impulse is there, alive in me. It's funny. I actually am definitely an introvert. I've done these personality tests, and I am all the way, needle in the red on the introvert end of the spectrum. Given the opportunity to hang out with somebody or go have dinner or go stare at the wall by myself, I definitely pick stare at the wall by myself. And I also am kind of shy in a lot of situations. I have a younger brother who I used to always be so enamored of because he would just talk to strangers. And I was terrified of people. But I think that if you're sort of thrust into a situation where you just kind of have to confront a fear, it seems to dissipate somewhat. I still get nervous, a little bit coming up on stage, but I've done it so much now that a lot of that anxiety is gone. But the first time I came in to do a convention, I was like, they want me to come do a convention, and part of the thing is going to be a panel. And I was like, all right, that sounds fine. You hear panel. Everybody knows what a panel is. It's a few tables lined up, maybe 8 or 10 people sitting up doing a panel together. Maybe I'd have to field one question, but it'd be fine. And I got backstage and I realized, it's just going to be me and there's no table. And I'm going to just have to talk. I was terrified. But somehow, I don't know, I have a little bit worked through that anxiety over time. But I actually think that just pushing yourself up against that thing that you have fear of or resistance to, once you do it a few times, it kind of starts to go away.
I think a lot of fear is related to uncertainty. So not knowing how something is going to go or what the outcome is going to be is something that gives us anxiety. But once you do something a number of times and you start to see, all right, I get how this is going to unfold, it becomes less scary. I remember when I was, how old are you?
I'm 17.
When I was 18, my girlfriend at the time and wife now, we decided that we were going to start a sleepaway summer camp for underprivileged urban teens. And it was a totally harebrained idea for people who had no idea what they were doing. And we had to raise, and we decided that we were going to do that in the spring, and it was for that summer. So we just had like 6 weeks to put this thing together, and we needed to raise a lot of money. And so we just started going door to door. And my wife was totally fearless. And we decided we drove to a rich neighborhood, and we split up. She went one way, and I went the other way. And I saw her, just walk right up, knock on the door. We opened the door, invited her into the house, shut the door, and she was gone. And I was petrified. I was just sitting there. I remember I approached somebody's, I walked down the walkway to their steps, and then I walked back again, and then I did it again, and then I sat under the tree in their yard, and I was my heart was pounding, and I was just working up the courage to go knock on the door. And then when I finally did it, I gotta do it. And I knocked on the door, and I was so nervous that they were like, sure, we'll give you whatever you want. This poor kid looks like he's gonna faint on us. And they gave me $25, and it was just like that first thing broke the ice, and the next one was a little bit less scary, and then after a while I was like, this is fun. I was having a great time, and people were totally into it because we were into it. And we ended up raising all the money we needed, just knocking door to door on admittedly in rich people's neighborhoods, but we kind of lied. We were like, we live nearby. Which we didn't, so they felt like we were neighbors, but it was for a good cause. Anyway, it's just a little story about pushing through. I think when you push through the fear, it gets easier, but it's everything is scary at first. And you're young, you're only 17. So you have your whole life to be terrified of. Thank you. Hi.
First off, I just want you to know that you're my 3-year-old son Hunter's favorite character on the show. Yes, he's 3 and he watches you. He likes to pronounce it, but he's a bony. I can't.
You're going to find, do you have any animals? You're going to find your 5-year-old son with the severed head of the neighbor's dog. And you're going to be like, and learned it from Supernatural. I think he was possessed. So I cut him up with my demon knife, which is your bread knife. Anyway.
I wanted to ask, what was your most embarrassing or most memorable time, a fantasy out of convention, on the streets or in public?
Did you say fantasy? What's my most embarrassing fantasy? There's a weird echo in here, so I'm not sure.
Fan experience.
Fan experience. I'm so glad I didn't have to reveal that. I just dodged a bullet. My most strange fan experience?
Them recognizing you.
What's that?
Them recognizing you.
Of them recognizing me? That's a great question. I don't know. I was recently at this, it was awful. I was at this, family-style, dining experience, and it was long, it was 3 hours long, and I happened to be seated next to a bunch of people who were clearly, really big fans of the show, and it was pure coincidence, and they were so excited that they wouldn't admit the whole time that they were fans or they knew who I was. And it was actually amazingly one of the most awkward experiences that I had. There was this guy sitting next to me, he's like, yeah, dude, so what do you like to drink, man? Hey, you like doing selfies? awesome. Let's do that all night long. But pretend like we're just buddies who are doing selfies together that just met. There are certainly weird experiences that happen from people recognizing you. I think sometimes there are the strangest experiences are when people have like a little synaptic break where they think that because they recognize me, that I also know them. And sorry to shatter anybody's illusions if that's how you think it works, but the TV is a unidirectional device. So a lot of times people will be like, oh my god, it's so good to see you, I miss you, and they're like, wait, but I've never met you before. So that can be awkward at times. But generally speaking, it's mostly lovely experiences, I would say. The vast majority of experiences with people who know the show are actually quite nice and lovely. Sometimes I take more photos than I wish I would, but that comes with the territory. I think that we like to find things to complain about. So, like actors who are struggling are like, oh, nobody recognizes me, and then as soon as people start recognizing me, they're like, oh, nobody recognizes me. There's no middle ground. I was at the zoo in D.C. I brought my son to the Washington D.C. convention, and we went to the zoo, and for some reason there were lots of people there who were asking to take pictures, and he did not handle it. He was a little prima donna asshole. He was like, oh, great, another photo, yeah, great, just what I want. Jesus. I was like, no, it's fine. And then he, of course, like, jumped into the photo at the last minute. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Misha. I was wondering if you would comment on all of the kind parents that have brought their kids here to see Supernatural.
Yes, I would comment on them. First of all, you are wonderful parents who have brought your children here. Especially those of you who have children who are over the age of 3 who watch Supernatural. And furthermore, those of you who are children here, I'm sorry about some of the words that I have said. My bad. Are you trying to rein me in? Was that what that comment was?
No, not at all.
I try not to swear around my own children because they take it as license to swear themselves, and they use that language too much, and they use it liberally, and it's not good sometimes. Like we went to visit school.
Oh no.
They do not like it when you're a prospective kindergartner who is calling the kindergarten teacher. Words. Me and my wife laughed, which further did not ingratiate us. But yeah, those of you, and I don't know that you're a parent or anything, but those of you who are parents, who brought your children here, are truly the best parents out there.
I am not a parent, but
You're not? Oh, damn, I wasted that. I was all for you.
I would also like to say thanks for all the spouses that have come to support the people that love Supernatural.
Wow, this is like a real love fest all of a sudden.
SBN LoveCon.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the bus drivers that drove the people here. Who aren't here, but who are out there driving buses somewhere, making this possible. Uber, yeah. How many of you people have participated in Gish Race? How many of those of you who've done it before are going to do it again? Good, that's good. Those of you who haven't signed up, well, those of you who have signed up, I'll just persuade one person here to sign
Do it.
up while you're here for the weekend. I think it's great. You'll love it. You'll have fun. We got a wafer at the end, so it's worth it. That's like what's happening in just a couple weeks.
I didn't know you
It's
did
a lot of fun. I'm mentioning that because I was just talking to a mother and a daughter who have bonded greatly over the experience. But you are neither a parent nor a daughter. I hate it when stand-up comedians laugh at their own jokes. So I try not to laugh at my own, but sometimes I say things that are funny, and then do you have anything else that you wanted to say, or was that just a thank you to the parents for having children?
Yeah, I just met some really wonderful parents here, and I just wanted to...
Oh, so you're trying to suck up to somebody right now.
Basically.
Great. Well played. She just met some very wealthy parents. Hi.
That was kind of hot.
Hi, Misha.
My name's Luna, and today I stepped out of my comfort zone a lot to the point where I cried.
Wait. I can't wait for you for some reason.
There are stairs. Did you video this whole thing?
My name's Luna.
I'm totally concerned for that.
Today I stepped out of my comfort zone a lot to the point where I cried not too long ago, and I'm sorry that I'm going to start crying again.
Aww.
But my question is, what's the best way to step out further from my comfort zone?
Goodness. Well, probably a good step would be asking a question in front of 2,000 people. That's pretty uncomfortable for anyone. You have to do a way better high five than that, but Scott doesn't force it. Yes, much better. When you're standing in line getting ready to ask a question, do you get nervous? I would get so nervous. Do you? You're shaking a little bit, so yes, okay. Also because it's that thing that I was talking about, the fear a little bit of the unknown, and you never know. Sometimes, I could bring you up on stage and do your hair or something like that, and that would be catastrophic. So, although you probably would grade well. I think that you're off to a very good start. I think that probably just talking about it openly is a good way to get out of your comfort zone. But I think, wouldn't you agree that getting out of your comfort zone is kind of the best way to learn and grow? I think it's great. I think I'm one of those people that I used to write my journal. I was recently going through my journals from high school and college, and I would write these things that were totally insane. They were insane. They were the ramblings of a crazy person. It was like, from now on, I'm only going to sleep 2 hours a day. And I'd take down these very firm edicts for self-improvement about myself. And none of them ever materialized, but there was one kind of through line, which is that I was always trying to push myself to do something. I think that's where one of the things that I wrote though, at one point was right around the New Year, and it said, this year I'm going to do one thing that terrifies me every day. That is not a good idea. You don't have to do that to get out of your comfort zone. But it is interesting, I think, to notice where you have internal resistance about things. Like there are times when you just don't do something, not because you're terrified of it, just because it's just outside of your comfort zone. It's like you have resistance, and so you stop and you don't even really know why. But it's like because you're sort of breaking out of a habit that you have formed without even realizing that you formed that habit. And I think that, and I personally think that those moments when you can push through that, don't have to terrify yourself, but just notice, why not do this new weird thing? Why not go up and ask a question in front of 2,000 people of a weirdo who's probably going to try to embarrass me? You know, why not? Maybe something good will come of it.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello. I'm going to name 3 people, and I want you to tell me which one you're going to injure, which one you're going to kiss, and which one you're going to marry.
Okay, so injure.
Kiss and marry.
Oh, this is like the PG-13 version. Mary fuck kill.
So one of them you're going to hold hands with.
One you're going to hold hands with.
The other one you're just going to look away angrily. And the other one you will wed.
Okay.
Okay, so Jared Padalecki, Jess Knuckles, and Mark Shepard.
That's pretty obvious. They're playing Hand-Hold Sean Webb. It's the PD version of F. Mary Kill.
Yeah. You have, for those 3, you have a very clear. Yeah. I mean, we're not. I think that, right? You know.
Let's not lie to each other.
We all know who we would marry, who we would. We're not going to say, but I think the right answer. There is a correct answer. you spend a few days with those guys, and it becomes crystal clear which is which. We're laughing because it's so true. We all know which one of those guys we want to bang. We all know which one we would like to see, you know, we would like off, yeah. And we all know who can wait around the house.
But can you specify for everyone?
Nope. Do we have any other questions? Speak of the devil! All right, I roll in the hay with Mark Shepard. And then kill him. And marry his dead body. Are we going to have one more question, one last question, or was that the last question?
Go, come on, get up there, ask the question.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay, so
Yes.
the question is, why do you think Jimmy Novak's body didn't disintegrate under the power of containing Lucifer as his vessel, since Jimmy wasn't the true vessel?
You know what? That hurt going down.
I feel like this is one of those questions you should just turn over to Mike Borman.
Mike? Okay, Mike, fill us in here. As you know, Jimmy Novak, Castiel's original vessel. Jenny Novak, Castiel's original vessel. Same thing, whatever. And then, obviously, Anyway, why didn't Lucifer blow up? Why didn't the rest? Yeah, I got it. Why didn't when Lucifer occupied the vessel that was the now obviously deceased, but formerly Castiel vessel, Jimmy Novak, when he occupy that vessel, why didn't the vessel itself explode? Right.
Because obviously.
The answer is no.
Yes.